Hello people, welcome to the channel. UFC 297 went down last night, Toronto, Canada. Pretty decent main card, lot of decisions. Shout out to fucking Magny for being the only finish on the main card. Imagine that. But, real quick, we're just going to go through the main card because these are the fights I put up a prediction on. And I mean, my predictions for the main card were just terrible. I got Movsar Evloev correct and Chris Curtis, and then I got the top three fights wrong. And fairly dramatically wrong, but we will discuss that. Moving on to the first fight of the main card. Arnold Allen versus Movsar Evloev. Now, I said I got the prediction right, and I did. Very close fight. Watching it live, I actually haven't had a chance to go back and rewatch these fights, guys. But watching it live, I thought Arnold Allen probably won. It was very close. Mark Goddard, I believe, was the ref in this one. Whoever the ref was kind of screwed him on those knees. I thought they were all legal knees, but it was just, a lot of them were just like fingers down, not full palm, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, Movsar Evloev is an absolute decision merchant. Arnold Allen is way more entertaining a way more entertaining fighter. And I seen Dana White in the post-fight presser be like, the only people that should be bitching and complaining about this fight is the fans, or the only people that are losing out is the fans, because apparently Evloev was bitching that people were calling him a decision merchant. You are. Moving up on the card, Chris Curtis beats Marc-Andre Bario by a split decision. I had it 29-28 for Chris Curtis. I think the judges got it right. Kind of a boring fight. Ended out fantastic. I mean, they were slugging by the end of it. Started out pretty slow. But I definitely think Chris Curtis got the better of the boxing exchanges. Marc-Andre Bario was landing well. Doing pretty good. I just think Chris Curtis got the better of him. Split decision, though. Close fight. Moving up to the biggest upset on the card. Magny defeats Mike Mott, a third round TKO. God, Mike Mott, you couldn't have survived like 20 more seconds or whatever it was to get the decision win. It would have been probably a 29-28, maybe even 30-27. I forget how the rest of the round went, if I'm being honest with you. But first things first, I gotta throw it up on the screen right now. Me and my homeboy sent me this text earlier the week. I was very dismissive. Look at this. Shout out to you, Dev. Sorry about that. You got me on that one. But Magny, imagine that fucking he gets the piss beat out of him for 2.5 rounds, and Mike Mott gasses himself out a little bit, gets some positions reversed, and loses. Absolutely brutal. He's 32 years old, just missed his first shot at the rankings. It's not completely over for him. I still think Mike Mott is pretty talented. He was definitely beating Magny throughout the majority of the fight, but I think just gassed himself out. Really just couldn't have lasted 20 more seconds, and they gave him every chance to recover. But when's the last time you've seen Magny leave someone laying like that? I can't think of anything. But moving up, co-main event, we're into the title fights, and I didn't say this earlier except for the Mike Mott loss. For the co-main and the main event, I'm actually quite happy I was wrong in my predictions, because the fighter I like more in both matchups ended up getting the win. So Raquel Pennington wins. I think it was a 49-46, I believe is how she won, and I think that's how I had it scored. I like her a lot more than Mayra Bueno Silva. I don't think she is a necessarily more exciting fighter than Mayra Bueno Silva, but she showed that she is right up there with her technically. She has a way better gas tank. Both got good chins. This one, like, I seen a lot of people hating on this fight, even after it happened. I like this fight. I enjoyed watching this fight. I don't really know how much I want to see Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena, but she got to fight somebody, so book that fight, see it happen. And, yeah, great win for Raquel Pennington, the new women's bantamweight champion. And, yeah, good for her. Moving up, main event of the evening, middleweight championship of the world. Dricus Du Plessis wins by split decision, somewhat controversially, over Sean Strickland, and new to become the middleweight champion now. I, watching it live, was very nervous, but I did score it, 48-47 for Dricus Du Plessis. I had him winning rounds 2, 3, and 4. And I had Sean Strickland winning rounds 1 and 5. I think he wasn't outstriking him on the numbers, but I think he definitely hit harder, caused a little bit more damage, although Sean Strickland did absolutely bust up the eyes of Dricus Du Plessis. I think he landed some really good kicks, mixed in the wrestling and the grappling as well as he could for a guy with pretty fucking granite takedown and submission defense as Sean Strickland. And I think he just put the work to Sean Strickland late. I think Sean started to gas out a little bit, which is something we don't really see, but then we seen him in the 5th round. I think he was down on the scorecards and just start absolutely slugging it out. Yeah, I know it all came down to who won round 2, and I gave it to DDP. I think he just outworked Sean. And finally, not to say anything too crazy, but finally we have Dricus Du Plessis, a respectable champion at middleweight. The Sean Strickland era, the Deshaun era is over. I can't wait for all the fans to come at me in the comments, but the bigotry is gone. Can't complain about that, in my opinion. Dricus is going to be a respectable champion. Now, after the fight, Dricus calls out Israel Adesanya. I mean, merit. When it comes to merit, no, but give it to him. Who else, really? I mean, do it in Africa. I'd love to see them fight in Africa. I think that would be absolutely electric. Sean Strickland, honestly, I think let Dricus Du Plessis and Israel Adesanya fight. Book Sean Strickland to fight a rematch with Jared Cannonier, because that was a very controversial decision. I actually had Strickland winning that fight, as did a lot of people. And Cannonier's been on a nice run, so have them fight for what you could call a number 1 contenders fight, maybe, and have them face the winner of Izzy and Dricus Du Plessis, or have Sean Strickland beat Khamzat Chimaev. I say beat. Have him fight Khamzat Chimaev for like a number 1 contender while Dricus goes and fights Israel Adesanya. Because if Sean Strickland gets Cheeto, DDP should get Israel Adesanya. And, you know, Dana loves Israel Adesanya, you feel me? But Sean Strickland should go fight either Khamzat or Jared Cannonier. Probably Khamzat. And I actually favor Sean Strickland to win both of those matchups in the rematch with Cannonier or Khamzat. Anyways, that's all I got for UFC 297. Can't wait for 298 and 99. I mean, we got a stacked year of UFC ahead, and it's very exciting. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe if you love MMA, and go sleep.